So I got off work a little early today. I left about 5:30. They were asking for volunteers to leave early, and I am in a little bit of pain. So I volunteered to leave early because of that. No, I'm in a lot of pain actually. Something's going on with my port, and they did do a CT scan on me earlier this week, and it's not anything life threatening. It's just doesn't feel good. So I got my CT scan results. I peeked at it and I did my own research. um, so I actually have my oncologist appointment next week. And she's going to officially stage my cancer at this point, and it is a little bit lower than what it was initially. It was a stage 3 when I was diagnosed because there were stones in my gallbladder that were cancerous, and uh, ovarian cancer is a little bit different from other kinds of cancer because when it metastasizes, if it's certain organs that it has metastasized to, um, it's still a stage 3 compared to a lot of other cancers. If it has spread to other organs, it's usually considered stage 4. So in my case, um, because it is ovarian cancer, having spread to my gallbladder, that is considered stage 3. So after going through 6 rounds of chemotherapy, I had my CT scan and they uploaded the results. And I have not been to the oncologist yet, so this is me looking at what they posted in there. And my oncologist has not reviewed it with me yet, but I looked it up, and according to what I read and what I compared it, it seems to be 2B, but I don't officially know that. That is me doing my own research, and I again have not talked to the oncologist yet, so she may tell me something different. So, to my knowledge, which I was a pre-med major, so I do know a little bit about this, not really a lot. I was not really, my interest was chromosomes when I was studying pre-med. I did do some papers on that. That was in the 80s. So that was a very long time ago. A lot has changed since then. And I have long since kind of specialized in communications and insurance. And, I did go into medical insurance. So I probably can tell you a lot more from a professional standpoint about prescriptions with authority than I can about cancer staging. That is not my area of specialty. I am not professionally qualified about that, but um, I do know where to find official uh, papers and things like that. So I did have to do some papers when I was in school. And one thing you might not know about me is that I applied to medical school directly from high school. I didn't get in. And by the time I was starting to take some of the harder classes, I found out I'm colorblind. And in the 1980s, before ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, there were not accommodations for people that are colorblind. And I did find that out in one of my science classes. So it's blue color blindness. That's why a lot of times you'll see me wearing black or gray. I learned that kind of the hard way that I can't wear blue clothes. I have to check with the salespeople to make sure that it's black and not blue, because I've had people come up to me on the street and tell me my clothes don't match. So that is a thing. So anyway, so what I can tell from what my CT scan says, it seems to be 2B. So the chemo helped a little bit. It killed off what was in my gallbladder, and it shrunk the tumor a little bit. And I don't know if the oncologist is going to want to operate from the description of it, or if she's going to want me to do more chemo, or if she is going to want me to do radiotherapy, or how she's going to want to approach that. I don't know yet. She has not discussed it with me yet, and she has not staged it yet officially. I have only peeked at the results and looked it up online. So I'm intrigued. I am kind of relieved to know that it's not my imagination, that I still feel crappy. At least I know why. And at least I know there was something that came out of all that misery that I went through going through chemotherapy, because it has improved it a little bit. So that's what happened. I am still alive, and I hope she's able to get it out. If she tells me that I have to go through another 6 rounds of chemo, I am leaving this country, because I cannot afford to do that again here. I had a few $1,000s in savings when I started chemo, and it depleted my savings. I cannot afford to do that in this country. I'm out of here. I'm just going to sell everything and go to the Netherlands, because at least I know I can go to a cancer center and just sit on my butt and relax. I'll play The Sims. You'll hear from me. I'll play The Sims. I'll talk about how miserable I am, and I won't have to deal with having to work while I'm sick, and I won't have to deal with bills. You know, if I'm going to have surgery, that's a different matter. But and a lot of things are hinging on what her treatment approach is going to be. So she might be a little angry at me, because I did do a very Karen kind of a thing on Google Maps. So I don't know. She might not want to treat me. I'll find out. So that, at least I found out what is going on with it and everything. So after 6 rounds of chemo, I have improved by 1/2 of a cancer stage. And one of my friends just told me it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So he's also a cancer survivor. So that's my update. I'm going to upload this now. So hopefully my phone has a memory to record it. Bye-bye.